Is this you?
Help me! Help me!
Are you really struggling to keep up with your opponent consistently? To put it simply, the main reason you're not improving in Brawlhalla isn't because you're not watching the top level players and how they play, or because you don't have the best keyboard or controller. Those might be reasons, but they aren't the main reason. The main reason is because you aren't acting appropriately. Let me explain. So when you first boot up Brawlhalla, whether you haven't played in a while or not, you're gonna want to warm up in at least experimental matchmaking before going in ranked 1v1. And after a while, maybe an hour or two, you're not gonna be playing at your best compared to when you were playing an hour or two prior, unless you practice like crazy to be a top level competitive esports player. But if that's not you, that means your dexterity and just overall mood to the game is just gonna go down. You'll get more tilted easier and won't even realize it until you've eventually rage quitted. And even when you do win, you won't feel good most of the time. I know, because sadly I've been there. And this isn't even a Brawlhalla thing, it occurs across all fighting games. Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Smash, Dragon Ball Fighters, so on, whatever, right? Bottom line is, there is only so much finger dexterity a human can construct to a game, whether you are on the controller or keyboard side. So, what can we do to help you get better? Well, first things first, I'm not going to tell you that you need to take breaks and remember to eat and, dare I say it, go outside and interact with grass. But I just told you the reason you're not improving, so this is how you can improve above just mental breaks. Movement. Let's say you do know how to double down light on spear and modified Russian mafias on hammer, scythe dodge reads on gold rank noobs, etc, etc. Combos essentially aren't the end all because, well, once you get to diamond level or higher, the secret is movement, because you can only dodge read someone so much, but reading someone's movement is way more higher skill level than high dodge reading. If you can go in training and master movement control and not end up accidentally fast falling to your death, and put that into practice in experimental matchmaking, combine that with your already dodge reading combos, you could get up to at least be, let's say, 2100 elo. There isn't a single pro player who disagrees with me on that. This advice will help you get better if you regularly put it into practice, and will take you very far into other fighting games, keeping your vision mostly on your opponent. At the highest level in other fighting games, you already do this, but paying more attention to your opponent's movement in order to perfect your movement to counter and be as hard to read as possible. You need to also be able to adapt to your opponent's movement, whether or not that it's from the previous game or midway throughout the match you're currently in. And what I mean by this is, take into consideration other fighting games that isn't platformy style like Smash. It all comes down to movement. I know combos in all the fighting games I play. Doesn't mean I can actually land them if I cannot tell where or what my opponent is attempting to do. Remember this scene from Black Canary in Young Justice?
Now, combat is about controlling conflict, putting the battle on your terms. You should always be acting, never reacting. I'll need a sparring partner.
Right here, yeah. After this, swish, I'll show you my moves. Oh, that hurts so good.
Yeah, although she could not have been able to take on Kid Flash because they can think and react too fast for their opponent to deal with, we can take into consideration what she is actually saying here. In a fighting game, you should always be acting, never reacting. Imagine if you played Brawlhalla always dashing just because your opponent was dashing. No, that is not how this works. You'd get your ass whooped so badly you'd want to play Fall Guys or something.
Bruh.
Whoever is the most unpredictable and moves the fastest around the stage controls the game. Just always keep in mind that your opponent, assuming they're not 7, is always dashing with some intention in mind, baiting you into throwing a move in which you can counter, or catch you before you get too far away. At the end of the day, Brawlhalla is not just about loading into a game and dashing constantly to get to hit your opponent first, before he or she can dodge. At the highest level, it becomes a lot more calculated and actually to a certain extent pattern based, because even doing the same thing twice at the highest level can be seen as a counter, and you've misplayed because they'll easily punish you if you do it twice in a row. Unless the legend is broken.
With Cody! Okay, weapon throws are coming through and stance is down, sticking on repeat.
Oh, what is this? What a spam!
Oh, it worked! No!
So hopefully you guys learned something valuable, and other than the basic play more and get experience with learning combos, it's pretty much the end all be all. The closer you get to Ultra Instinct, the closer you become to being Brawlhalla. Hi, my name is Craig, and thanks for tuning in to Craig's Cartoons. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and check out some other videos on your screen. And until then, I'll catch you in the next one.